Life is different when you are on crutches. The world is different when you can't open your own doors, walk upstairs, get your own food, wash your own body. All of these things that we take for granted so easily because we do them day in, day out with no difficulty, become incredibly difficult with just one simple injury. Goodbye. I was trying to impress someone. I jumped over something. I landed in a small hole, rolled my ankle, and had the worst ankle injury of my entire life, which ended up putting me in bed for a week, unable to move really at all, definitely unable to walk. And the pain was so intense, the swelling was so bad, that even moving in a hop, as in on my left foot and hopping, hurt so bad. At the time, I was living on campus at UCLA, and so UCLA is famous for the amount of stairs, the amount of ramps, the amount of hiking, basically, that you have to do all around campus. And suddenly, I was on crutches. And the thing was, I injured myself right around the holidays as well. So the main clinics were all closed, and I am incredibly stubborn, so I didn't want to go to an emergency room just for a hurt ankle. So I spent a couple of days just surviving in my little apartment, trying to figure things out. And it was actually really rough until someone showed more kindness than I thought this person was even capable of, or most people are even capable of, period. I had this whole fun, creative, travel style filming thing planned and ready to go, and then for some reason I think my GoPro died inside my pocket. Anyway, you missed a beautiful flight. Wow, that was beautiful. Back to the story. Back to the story over there. It seems smaller now that I'm looking into this tiny camera. This person came to my apartment after they heard that I was basically completely immobilized to the point where I couldn't even get out of my own bed. They came to my apartment and they brought a bag, and they texted me early in the morning on the weekend, right after the event, right after my injury happened, and they said, "Hey, someone let me in your building and I'm staying outside your door. Is it okay if I come in?" And they knew that I couldn't even get up to let them in, and I said, "Of course, it's unlocked, come in." In they come, and without saying anything, they unpack orange juice, grapes, fruit, other fruits, bananas, muffins, and granola bars, because they know that I can't even get downstairs to have breakfast at the place that I'm staying at my co-op apartment that served communal breakfast. I was so incredibly moved by this person's kindness, and I never would have known how kind they were unless I had been injured. And it changed the way that I saw them, it changed the way that I saw how they see the world, and it changed the way that I saw the world. Not just that single event, but the injury in and of itself. Let's go over there. One day I was walking around campus, and I don't know what it is, but you almost are invisible when you're on crutches, or I imagine in a wheelchair, or in some sort of disabled state at all. People don't help you in the same way that you think that they would, or you would think that they would. Nobody would hold doors for me. Nobody would help me open things when it was very clear that I was on the point of falling over trying to do all this by myself, until one day I was struggling across campus, headed all the way back to my apartment, a journey that took flights of stairs on crutches, which is not an easy thing to do, and therefore took me maybe 30-40 minutes, including driving or walking up a very steep hill. And suddenly a car pulled over next to me, and a gentleman in the front of the car said, "Hey, get in." And I looked over the front of the car and it said Uber. And at this point I was too poor to afford Ubers at all. I was riding the bus and barely able to afford that. And I said, "I didn't call an Uber. You must be looking for someone else." He said, "I know you didn't call an Uber, but I have had an ankle injury before, and I've had to struggle around on crutches before, and I want to give you a ride to wherever you need to go because I have been there too, and I understand." And I was stunned. I could not believe that a stranger whose job it is to give people's rides would stop his work and not get paid in order to take another stranger to anywhere that he needed to go. It wasn't even how close is it that you need to go. It was, I will take you because I understand. It was a level of empathy and kindness that I did not expect to encounter in the middle of a UCLA campus in LA. And the only reason why I encountered it was because I was injured. I will never forget the unpacking of the brown paper bag and the breakfast that my friend brought me, and that they promised to bring me every morning until I got better, until I was capable of getting my own breakfast, and an Uber driver pulling up next to me and without question offering to take me anywhere I need to go because he understood. Stories of kindness. Kindness that can affect how you see the world.